Sometimes life only knocks once, and when it does, most people don't answer. But one ordinary man, stuck in a dead-end job, made a choice. A choice that changed not only his life but the lives of thousands. This is his story. Our story begins in the bustling city of Mumbai. Here, amidst the chaos, lived an ordinary man named Ajay. Like most people, every morning he woke up early, brushed his teeth, wore a simple shirt and carried his lunchbox. He took the same bus to his office, an unremarkable place where he worked in accounts. At 38, he lived with his mother in a small one-bedroom flat. They barely made ends meet. But deep down, Ajay dreamed of more. He had aspirations, small ideas that kept popping into his head. Starting a food cart business, creating a blog, even launching a local delivery service. But every time he got close to acting on these ideas, fear would hold him back. What if I fail? The fear would whisper. It's too risky, it would say. And so Ajay waited for better times. He waited for the perfect moment to take a risk. But the perfect moment never came. One evening, on his way home, Ajay saw a crowd gathered near a street corner. Curious, he walked over and saw a young street artist lying motionless on the ground. People were filming him with their phones, but no one was helping. Without hesitation, Ajay rushed forward, picked up the boy and flagged down a rickshaw. He took him to the nearest hospital and waited anxiously outside the emergency room. Hours passed and the boy's father arrived, a frail man with tearful eyes. He handed Ajay a crumpled envelope. I don't have money to give you, but please take this. Inside the envelope was a torn lottery ticket. Ajay almost laughed. What use was a torn, scratched piece of paper? But something about the scene had touched him deeply. That night, for the first time in years, he wrote down all his ideas, not to plan, but to decide. The next week, Ajay did the unthinkable. He quit his job. His friends thought he had lost his mind. Too old to start now, said his uncle, shaking his head. His mother worried about paying the rent, but Ajay was determined. He used his life savings to buy a second-hand food cart and started selling grilled sandwiches near a popular college. The first week, hardly anyone bought his sandwiches. The second week, a food blogger posted about him, and by the third week, students from the college lined up every day to buy his food. Within 2 months, he had 3 carts. Within 6 months, he had 5 jobless youths from his neighborhood working with him. Ajay hadn't just found success, he had created it. But our story takes another twist. One morning, as he was serving a sandwich, a man walked up to him, and Ajay recognized him. It was the father of the boy he had saved. The old man smiled and handed him a newspaper. The front page had a headline, "From office clerk to food king, how one man's risk inspired a city." Below the headline was Ajay's picture and a note. Sometimes opportunity doesn't knock. It collapses in front of you and waits to see if you'll move. Ajay couldn't help but smile. That torn lottery ticket had never won him any money, but it had become a reminder that life's real jackpot wasn't luck, it was courage. And that, my friends, is the story of Ajay. Now, some might say Ajay was lucky, and maybe he was, but I believe he was just ready. Ready to break free from the ordinary, ready to take a risk, ready to chase his dreams. You see, opportunity often knocks when we least expect it. It might come disguised as a challenge or a setback, just like it did for Ajay. But are we always ready to seize it? Are we willing to step out of our comfort zones, to embrace the unknown, to dare to dream big and take action? That, my friends, is the real test, the test of being ready. So let us learn from Ajay's story. Let us be ready to answer life's call when it comes our way. For sometimes, just like in Ajay's case, it only knocks once. But when it does, it changes everything. Thank you.